What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus package update, daily news, pretty much everything going on here in our country and in Washington, D.C., money, investing, the stock markets. Remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, if you find these videos helpful, don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. Also, in this video, we have a new state that is sending out $2,000 stimulus checks. Yeah, really big news there as more and more states continue to start to send out their stimulus money from the third stimulus check package. Remember, the vast majority of states have literally not spent their stimulus money. I think it's like, I can't remember the exact percentage, but the vast majority of the money has not been spent. And states, cities, and counties are still deciding how to spend this money. Sometimes they have to vote on it. Sometimes they have to still do their annual budgets, or they have already done their annual budgets. And so more and more states, cities, and counties are kind of deciding how to do this. So yeah, we have some good news here, and really a lot coming out here in the future. So we got a lot to talk about here in this video, and some court judgment here. Let's just jump right in because we got a lot to talk about. Yesterday, a federal appeals court affirmed the stay or the pause on the Biden vaccine mandate for businesses again. Yeah, check this out. A federal appeals court yesterday has upheld its stay or its temporary pause on President Biden's vaccine or test mandate for companies with at least 100 employees. This affects millions of people in the United States. In a 22-page ruling on Friday, the Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals said the mandate was, quote, fatally flawed and barred the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, from enforcing the mandate, quote, pending adequate judicial review of a motion for permanent injunction. This is probably going to go to the Supreme Court here in the near future. OSHA shall, quote, take no steps to implement or enforce the mandate until further court order, the ruling stated. The mandate, which was supposed to take effect January 4th, requires businesses with at least 100 employees to mandate their workers get vaccinated or undergo frequent testing. The ruling comes after a New Orleans-based appeals court issued a stay on the order last Saturday. This ruling came after a Texas Attorney General, Ken Paxton, a Republican, filed a challenge to mandate directly to the court, along with the states of Louisiana, Mississippi, Utah, and South Carolina. The Justice Department asked the appeals court to lift the stay on Monday, saying it would, quote, likely cost dozens or even hundreds of lives per day. Texas Republican Attorney General Ken Paxton tweeted out saying, quote, citing Texas's compelling arguments, Fifth Circuit has stayed OSHA's unconstitutional and illegal private businesses vaccine mandates. We won. Litigation will continue, likely to the Supreme Court, but this is a massive victory for Texas and freedom from Biden's tyranny and lawlessness. This is a temporary order, and as I said, likely will go to the Supreme Court and will probably be the final ruling there. I will keep you updated. All right, we're seeing more and more states, cities, and counties start to spend more of their stimulus money from the third stimulus package and thankfully use it for the people and start to get to using that money. A lot of these states, cities, and counties had already done their budgets and are now kind of getting around to the next round of them. Sometimes they have to vote on this. Sometimes they have to go to their state legislature. And the good news is that more and more states, cities, and counties are starting to send out the money. I'll keep you up to date as more and more states, cities, and counties do this. Here's the good news for another state. You can see here, this is from Boston CBS Local. The Massachusetts State Senate has passed a spending bill with bonuses of up to $2,000 stimulus checks for Massachusetts essential workers. Wow. $2,000 checks for Massachusetts essential workers. You can see here from Boston.com, Massachusetts is looking to send direct payments of up to $2,000 to certain essential workers. Yeah, $2,000. That is really, really amazing. Yeah, here's the details. Massachusetts is one step closer to giving giving bonuses of up to $2,000 to essential employees who showed up to work in person during the pandemic. The Senate Wednesday night unanimously approved a $3.82 billion package. That's a lot of money, 3.82 billion with a B, that aims to spend billions in federal dollars from the American Rescue Plan. That's the third stimulus check package. Yeah, 3.8 billion. The Senate still has to work out significant differences in allocations in its legislation with the version of the spending package that the House passed recently. But the State House News Service reports that lenders agree on two cornerstones in the bill: $500 million for the state's unemployment trust fund and another $500 million for the bonus. Interesting. $500 million for the state's unemployment trust fund and another $500 million for the bonus checks or the stimulus checks of $2,000 for hazard pay or essential workers. Very interesting. Governor Charlie Baker also said that in late October that he's generally supportive of the premium pay program. It's funny how they make up these different words, these different kind of, they should just call them stimulus check program. Hazard pay kind of makes sense for this program. Premium pay program. I've never heard that one before. Saying that this is something that is the right thing to do. All right, I agree with that. Eligible workers must have worked in person during the state of emergency that began March 10th, 2020 and lasted for more than a year. Must have worked in person. Their household income must not be more than 300% of the federal poverty level. All right. Baker's administration and the advisory panel would determine who exactly qualifies as an essential worker. The legislation suggests that those eligible may include, but not be limited to, healthcare workers, long-term healthcare workers, public health staff, child care workers, educators and school staff, farm workers, food production workers, grocery store workers, and other service workers, transportation workers, so truckers would be included in there, utility workers, and foster care parents. So that would be a lot of different groups of people. Wow. I would love to see more states do this, and this would probably pave the way for more states to do this as well. We have seen other states, like Florida has done teacher pay, hazard pay. I believe, just going off memory here, Texas and Michigan have done as well. Kind of hazard pay or stimulus checks for teachers as well. I believe they were like $1,000, maybe even more as well. So it's great to see more of these going out as well. So it says here the panel would offer its recommendations on eligibility no later than February 1st, which is interesting here because the headline says here that the Senate has passed the spending bill with bonuses of up to $2,000. So maybe the final details are still being worked out. So again, I'll keep you up to date on this. And as well, there's other states doing things like this. Of course, we know the California state stimulus check. This article is actually out as of like an hour or two ago. California state stimulus checks are literally still sending out. They're sending out 784,000 payments this week. As I said, this article is like an hour old. So they're still sending out almost 1 million payments per week right now. The California state stimulus checks are $600 per person for people that make under $75,000. And if you have children, you get an additional $500 for a total of $1,100. Um, so yeah, California state stimulus check, those are going out still to this day. So if you haven't gotten them, they're still going out. $555 million. Our payments are going out in the next few days. That's $500 million going out just this week. The main stimulus checks, which they call hazard pay checks, which is not really hazard pay because it's not for like essential workers per se, which is really kind of the hazard pay definition. But those have been or going out. They were supposed to start on November 1st. Those are $300. I also seen a figure of 285, but those were supposed to have started to go out as well as on November 1st. So we have multiple different states that are sending out stimulus checks or stimulus type checks right now. 3 different states. So I'll keep you up to date on this as more states decide how to spend their stimulus money. And honestly, there's probably going to be a lot more like this in the future. Remember, cities and counties also have their own share of stimulus money, and they get to decide independently how to spend it. It has nothing to do with the state governor. Cities and counties, as I said, they get to independently decide how they want to spend it on their own. Sometimes they have to vote on it. Maybe their city council or their state or their county legislator, their board of elections or something like that vote on it. But they all kind of have their own buckets of money and can do things like this and rebate checks or stimulus checks or do it through different projects. So I will keep you up to date on this as I see more. If you guys know of any information, also I have rent assistance and homeowners assistance where you can get your rent paid for up to 12 months. And homeowners can get assistance with homeowners payments down below in the description of this video. You can check out those videos as well. Some surprising news here. Senator Kirsten Sinema says she supports adding immigration policies to the stimulus package, to the spending bill. I'm surprised on this because Senate parliamentarians said it shouldn't be in there. Check this out. U.S. Senator Kirsten Sinema of Arizona said she supports adding protections for undocumented immigrants to the federal spending bill, but has some reservations. She says, quote, I do support the immigration policies that are being offered in the upcoming reconciliation package. Sinema, a Democrat, said during a call with Arizona reporters on Monday. She says, quote, I also recognize that there are legal limitations to what can be done in the reconciliation package, probably speaking about the Senate parliamentarian there. She's explained she's waiting to see what immigration policies can be included in the bill, according to the Senate parliamentarian, who has rejected 2 plans already, including a path to legalization for some undocumented immigrants. Sinema said she does anticipate the Senate will abide by the parliamentarian's decision, despite calls from immigration advocates to disregard it. She says, but to be clear, Arizonans know I do support a comprehensive immigration reform with a path to citizenship for individuals who are Americans in everything but name, Kirsten Sinema added. Meanwhile, Democrats in the House of Representatives are considering adding to the reconciliation bill a 5-year parole that would add some undocumented immigrants to stay and work in the U.S. The protection would be renewable for another 5 years. It actually has support of Bob Worsley, a former Republican state senator from Arizona Mesa and co-chairman of the American Business Immigration Coalition, saying, quote, we think that's at least a way for the group of people who are here without documents to have some legal status and to come out of the shadow. Worsley estimated 7 million immigrants would benefit from the parole and could immediately work here legally. If they're able to work here legally, then they're able to pay taxes and help contribute and pay into the tax system. He also noted that with 10 million job openings across the country, this could help address the current labor shortage. The U.S. House of Representatives eyes to vote on the stimulus package here in about 48 hours on the 15th, waiting on Congressional Budget Office reports. The stopwatch, the clock is now ticking, and as they wait on the final few reports in the Congressional Budget Office to see what comes back here by the 15th, the question is going to be what will come back from the Congressional Budget Office report, what changes might be made here in the next 48 hours, what the scramble is going to be between the Democrats in the House, what Joe Manchin's going to do in the next 48 hours, what he's going to say, as well as what moderate Democrats in the House are going to say. Are they going to say yes, they're going to vote on the package in the House and pass it? So here's the thing is that there was, I believe, five or six moderates in the House that said they didn't want to vote on the package until they've seen a full Congressional Budget Office report and details, okay? They can afford 3 people to vote no in the House. Okay. They have an agreement in the House of Representatives that these moderates would vote yes on the stimulus package if the Congressional Budget Office report came back and said that the bill was fully paid for and all the details were on the up and up and everything that it was supposed to be. The problem is going to be is that we're probably not going to have all the details back by Monday. So the question is going to be, are they going to hold a vote? Is it going to pass? If they hold a vote, honestly, I think they're if I'm just trying to foresee the future here, knowing Nancy Pelosi, what she'll probably do, because I just kind of know how this goes down, because I've been through the ringer a few times here. What they'll probably do is they'll probably literally go to each person and say, how are you going to vote? And if they have enough people that are saying no, which is more than 3, if they have 4 or 5 people that are saying that they're not going to vote yes on it until the Congressional Budget Office report comes back fully, then they're probably going to not vote on it yet. Okay. So that's probably the easiest thing to do is see how many people are going to vote no. Because remember, there's 220 Democrats, so they don't need to go to see who's going to vote yes. They need to go and see who's going to vote no. So they just need to go to the people who are on the fence about voting no and say, how are you going to vote? Are you going to vote yes? Are you going to come along with us and vote yes? If they say yes, they're good. So they can just go privately to each person. How are you going to vote? If we vote today, are you going to vote yes? Okay, good. Are you going to vote yes? Okay, good. Are you going to vote yes? No. Okay. All right, we have 1 no vote. Then go to the next person. How are you going to vote? You're going to vote no. Okay, we're up to 2 no votes. We can't afford any more. Right? And that's that's basically how they're going to do it. Basically, if they get to too many no votes, or they're going to not be able to vote on Monday or negotiate. Right? That's what they did with the infrastructure package. If you remember, I mean, I can't remember what day it was. This was about a week ago. When they passed the infrastructure package, they actually were on the floor trying to pass the stimulus package first for about 7 or 8 hours. Okay. And then they finally, the moderates said, no, we just need that Congressional Budget Office report. They're going to have some preliminary reports back. The question is, are the preliminary reports going to be enough? That's where they're going to kind of, go through that talk and say, look at this, and this. I mean, you can see what it says here. It says this, and this. and they're gonna, try to convince them and try to talk to them, and then they're gonna negotiate, right? And then we'll see if they're convincing is enough. If not, may have to wait a day or two to get more reports back, And then the other big thing here is that we have Senator Joe Manchin, who's really the huge wild card here, and could significantly change this package after the House passes it. The other thing here is that the other issue we have here is that the Congressional Budget Office, some people are saying, we have this independent report that is saying that the Congressional Budget Office report might say that the package is not fully paid for because the package is actually swelled to, by some reports, up to 2.4 trillion because they've added in the SALT tax deductions, state and local tax deductions for basically high tax paying states. For people that pay high state and local taxes will be able to deduct more state and local taxes. So if you're in a high state and local tax state, you'll be able to deduct more taxes if you're in a high state and local tax state. What a mouthful. Say that 10 times say that 10 times fast. Wow. Okay, that added money to the bill. They have the paid family and leave, which added money to the bill. They added the prescription drug, lowering the cost of it. That actually did not add money to the bill. That actually lowered the cost of the bill. It actually has a net negative cost of the bill because it actually saves the government money. So it actually has a negative cost to the bill. It actually has a negative couple $100 billion because lowering the cost of prescription drugs actually saves the government hundreds of billions of dollars, just like it would save the American people hundreds of billions of dollars as well. Okay, lowering the cost of prescription drugs is good for everybody except for big pharma. Big pharmaceuticals would be the only people would not be good for it. So the cost, from the latest of what I hear, which is changing by the day as they add and subtract things and negotiate literally on a daily basis, is somewhere around $2.4 trillion now. But I also have heard that the bill might not have enough pay-fors in there to cover that. But if the Senate is not going to pass the immigration in there, the Senate parliamentarian is going to rule that that can't be included in there, and that could be anywhere from 100 to 200 billion dollars. They probably should just remove that now. Not that I'm for or against immigration. I honestly am not even. I really don't even have an opinion on it because I really don't even think it's going to pass. So it's just one of those things that I really don't. If I don't even think it's going to pass, I don't even really put an opinion on it. The Senate parliamentarians already ruled, as you just read there several times, it shouldn't be included. I don't think Joe Manchin's going to vote for anything that the Senate parliamentarian rules out. So I personally think it would kind of be a mistake for the House to even include it in the bill and put something that's going to be 100 or 200 billion dollars in there, and then have pay force for it if it's going to be just removed anyways a day or two or three or a few days later. It's just kind of an unneeded process. They could put a stimulus check in there for adults for that price. Just saying. That's literally the cost of a stimulus check. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes here going on in the next few days. And then honestly, the Senate is going to probably change things a lot. Senator Bernie Sanders is going to have his hands in the Senate a lot. And it's going to be Bernie Sanders versus Joe Manchin. And as things get subtracted in the Senate, Bernie Sanders can add things in. So there's really a lot of going to be a back and forth here. And that's why I recommend call your senators, email them, tweet them. Really easy thing to do is just go on Twitter, make a Twitter account for free, use the little @ symbol, and just go to @Senator Bernie Sanders and just send them a message. Just @Senator Bernie Sanders, @Senator Joe Manchin. You just kind of add their little name there and just write them a message. And they may say it, they may see it, they may not. But the more people that do it, the more kind of reaching out they do. And let your voice be heard, because again, they're your elected officials, and that's exactly how the second stimulus check got added into the second stimulus check package. They actually wrote the bill without a stimulus check. And then at the last minute, because of the outcry and the pouring of support from the people, they were forced to take away $160 billion from states, cities, and counties and give it to the people. So I will keep up to date with everything, what's going on here with our country, daily news, as well as the next stimulus package. Make sure to subscribe down below. We just reached 390,000 subscribers. So help us reach 400,000. That would be quite a milestone for us. So it's completely free to do so. Just literally click subscribe, and just makes it so you won't miss out on new videos. After subscribing, you can click the bell icon that appears next to the subscribe button to get reminders when we go live with new videos, which is every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And join our family of extended family here of subscribers here. So thanks for watching, guys. You can click here to watch my newest stimulus video next. And this video is how there's 9 different stimulus checks and stimulus programs going out right now as well. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.